Hi, this is Majinani, and we have a new manga out called Terraformers. Now, it's been out in Japan for quite a while, and it finally made its way stateside. Most likely, this might have something to do with the anime that's coming out. Now, the manga is written by Yu Suga, and the art is by Kenichi Tachibana. Now, Terraformers, in my opinion, is a symphony of death and destruction. But it's not 100% perfect. Basically, here's the story in a really short version of it. The Earth is becoming overpopulated. It's running out of resources. So the world government decides, you know what we're going to do is we are going to send a ship up to Mars. What we're going to do is we're going to throw some moss and some cockroaches in there. They figure the cockroaches are the best thing they have for adaptation. You know, they figure whatever Mars has to throw at the cockroach will survive. It's going to eat the moss, the cockroach will then use that as waste, and then eventually, over time, and we're talking about a lot of time here, they'll have a breathable atmosphere. Well, okay, this is just in theory. So eventually what happens is they decide, okay, it's time, we need to figure out what happened. Is the planet habitable? So they send up a team of people, and they're met with a very unlikely group of characters up on the planet. Now here's the thing, I'm going to be honest with you, this is part of the problem. Some people may view this manga as extremely racist and insensitive, judging by the way the cockroaches look like at this manga. If you look at the head and back area, especially there, it does kind of look like a little afro. Now, I saw the figure for these cockroaches. It looks a little different. You know, it's more of a shellish type thing, but that's besides the point. You can see where people are going to complain. You know, I'm kind of iffy on the fence in this because I can understand the situation, but you know, it's Japan. They'll do whatever they want. So anyways, these cockroaches are highly evolved, and they're extremely strong. They're extremely tough in terms of endurance. You know, things cutting through them. You know, like they have an armored shell, and they don't like the fact that there's now people on their planet. So naturally, what happens is they start to go and kill these humans. Now, the really cool thing about this is what the government did was they spliced DNA between with insects and humans, and they have to go through a lot of people to figure out which DNA will work with the individual. And what happens is they develop insect-like abilities, and this is where you get to awesome fighting. You know, you also get a little lesson on insects, but it's just bloody carnage. Now, this is where it leads to my second problem with the book. Now, in Terraformers, you don't, like in Attack on Titan, you don't get attached to anybody because they die. They die without a care, basically. Now, after the first team is wiped out, the government sends out another team and then another team. So you can see where this is now developing into a pattern. Now, the fighting is still cool for everybody that they send out there. They have very cool insects that they're dealing with, and the cockroaches are also evolving in time. And something really bad is about nearing ready to happen. So what I'm really hoping for is, in at least the manga in Japan, they're getting near to a change in the plot. Because it can't keep this basic story of where every so many years a new ship lands, and then we go through the same story. But regardless, Terraformers, I love this book. I think the art's great. I think the way they did the characters in terms of how they adapted to their insect-like abilities is awesome. They all have like unique things like speed, strength, acid, durability. It's just all really is awesome, I'm telling you. If you're looking for something that's just utterly shocking, this is it, because people get, you know, really graphically killed. And as you can see, it has explicit content on it. Well-deserved explicit content sticker right there. I'm really enjoying. I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to definitely enjoy rereading it, because the first time around, this is about the same time I discovered Attack on Titan, and I was very pleased with this, especially the character designs. I'm looking forward to buying the action figures when those things come out too. That's why I bought the Roach one already on pre-order, and I'm hoping they come out with other characters later on, because I'm telling you, some of the designs are really cool later on. Anyways, that is a quick review for Terraformers Volume 1. This gets the Maginoni stamp of approval, as long as you're of appropriate age to be buying this content. So I don't want to see no 8-year-old buying this and their mom yelling at me because I told them to buy it. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share, Facebook Crunchyroll anime reviews, and I'll have more reviews later. Watch for the anime when this comes out. I'm sure it's going to get licensed, and I'll have more stuff later. So until next time.